Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, Rockets fans, it's Kobe Tree here. Remember, friendly reminder, like and subscribe if you have not. Let's get into this game. Rockets versus Pelicans really early. Pelicans really want to establish their dominance in the paint, and that's like a lot of teams against the Rockets. They really want to bully Christian Wood and force Silas to bring out DeMarcus Cousins, and it works out for the Rockets in my opinion. So I don't necessarily see the down factor. And this is in 1999. You're not going to post up the whole game. There's no Patrick Ewing. There's no Shaq. There's no Hakeem Olajuwon. Albidas Sabonis. So none of those players. So you can't do that 4 quarters. So by the time Christian Wood comes back out, you know, the Pelicans are in their regular offense. They're not trying to establish their dominance anymore. You get that little window gap with DeMarcus Cousins coming in for Christian Wood because he's getting bullied, and then boom, it stops. You know what I mean? You see Victor Oladipo bringing up the ball, passes to John Wall. John Wall three, beautiful 3-point shot. I'm starting to buy in the fact that John Wall is a good 3-point shooter. The narrative that he wasn't, but he is. And Ingram had a horrible shooting game, but he's still a great player. And look at that, the Rockets get a steal. The Rockets are averaging almost 9 steals a game, which is pretty good. And I think that's a big recipe to their defense, which it's being successful. Look at Victor Oladipo slicing, because the backcourt for the Rockets is so fast. They're going to find open shooters. They're going to penetrate. And that's when they're at their best, when they're penetrating the lanes, because, they're not necessarily 3-point shooters, but they can get that 3-point shot. Like I said, John Wall and Victor Oladipo, they're becoming 3-point shooters. You see Cousins out there now, and he had blew his assignment against Killian Hayes. But it's fine. You can live with the fact that you're gonna have some blown assignments with DeMarcus Cousins out there. And one player I really wanted to point out, Daniel House had a great game this game. He didn't score no points in the second half, but when the Rockets were down by 15, he was crucial for the Rockets, really crucial. That whole little run where they went off and scored 48 points in the second quarter, he was crucial. He was a part of that run. And, I really am buying in that Daniel House is a part of this roster. Now, Ben McLemore is the player that isn't a part of this roster no more, because he can't put the ball on the floor. He can't drive. He can't really pass. Other players have to, make him, get his shot. Like, he's a stand and shoot 3-point shooter. You see Christian Wood running the lanes. Daniel House passes back to John Wall. John Wall shooting another 3. Look at that. I mean, the threes are falling for the Rockets. This team is like a different team than I've seen in the last several years, because they could drive, they could shoot the 3, they could steal, they could play defense. So everybody 1 through 10 is a great player. I promise you. I mean, you have Ben McLemore who can't play because he can't, create his own shot. But that's it. I mean, he's still a good player. He on a championship team, he'll probably be averaging 10 points. I promise you. So I think his trade value might drop just because he isn't playing. But there's always a team looking for a 3-point shooter, and I'm sure he's going to get traded because he is playable, but just not with the Rockets. And there goes Victor Oladipo, a 3-point shot. And that sucks. I'm a big Ben McLemore fan. I really do. I like Ben McLemore a lot. I like what he brings to the table. It's just he doesn't fit what Silas is doing, in the modern, in his modern offense. He wants everybody to be able to put the ball on the floor, penetrate, pass the ball. And look at that. Steven Adams falls down, and Christian Wood makes him pay. Christian Wood has such a great game this game. He had 27 points, guys. 27. He was like 7 from 9 for the 3-point line. Victor Oladipo hits that halftime buzzer. Boom. Man, what a great 3-point shot. And Victor Oladipo, I really am enjoying Victor Oladipo. Even when he has a bad shooting night, I really appreciate his tenacity, his grit, his grind. I really do appreciate watching his game. and he plays great defense. The John Wall passed it a little too hard to Victor Oladipo. He gets the ball back though, shoots a three, and he got it. Look at that. John Wall was cooking out there. I promise you. The minute restrictions. I haven't seen it lately, but I don't know. I'm sure John Wall is not going to play back-to-back games. And, that's something, Silas has to figure out with the roster, which, because there's so many players that are coming off of injuries, which players do I not play, which players do I play, back-to-back, or, games, where they're sore and stuff like that. That's something that Silas has to figure out because, you don't really want to put yourself in a bad situation. John Wall falling down. And one thing I was kind of mad, Portland won last night on a buzzer beater from Dame, and I really wanted the Rockets to move up in the standings just a little bit. They're in the 10th seed right now, but I really want them to already get in the playoffs. This is a shortened season, so you got to get in the playoffs already. Just, hover around, that 6th and 8th spot. Just get in the playoff bracket right now. They just need to keep winning. They got an easy schedule. They could reel off a few wins. And look at Nwaba. Nwaba's even hitting threes. Everybody was hitting threes this game. Nwaba's not, specifically known for his three-point shooting, but in this game, he really was knocking down the three-point shot. In the third quarter, Zion really established himself. But like I said, there was a moment where there was a flagrant foul, a technical foul, a tech, and it benefited the Rockets because they stopped that momentum for New Orleans. And the fact that, they came out very aggressive and they were capitalizing. And then the Rockets, they forced them to get a technical and a flagrant. And, that stopped momentum so bad for New Orleans. It was like the whole game had changed. And Rockets took advantage of it. Because the Rockets were looking like, the Pelicans could get back in the game in the third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, they never looked back. And that's what you like to see. And I had a little contest yesterday. And I gotta give a shout out to the Sambuca crew because they won the prize. So I gotta give it to like 4 or 5 guys. One gift. They gotta figure out who's gonna get it. You see Eric Gordon penetrating, shooting a 3, got it. Oh, he missed it. I'm sorry. Nwaba with the offensive rebound. And, that's something that Nwaba and a lot of players on this team bring an element of that we haven't had in years. Offensive rebounds, steals, aggressive defense, stuff like that. And I think that's what's fun about this team because we haven't had that in so long. We always had, a good to an average or a bad defense. But this defense is really, really good, really aggressive. Looking for a 3-point shot, shoots it, got it. These are pretty much their backup players. At one point, they just kind of gave up. It's pretty much over. Ben McLemore, there he goes, shooting a 3. Like I said, he's still a great player. I'm a big McLemore fan, but he will benefit better on a championship team, like a LeBron James. Could help him create a shot. 3-point shot, got it. This third unit wasn't really that good. Look at that. A no-look pass, a tip pass, and I almost went out of bounds. Come on, guys. All you gotta do is just kill the clock, pretty much. Okay, guys, remember to like and subscribe. We got this dub 5 in a row, and always stay tuned for our contest. Next, we'll have another little contest, and then we're gonna work our way to the shoes. I gotta get 150 subscribers to get to the shoes. All right, Kobe Tree out.